Welcome back to Quest for the Worst, where we're on the quest for the worst game ever made. This is episode 4, and what better way to bring in episode 4 than Batman Forever?
Batman for life.
Yeah, is it your gang side?
That's the NWO. They would do that. They would go like NWO.
Oh, okay. I thought you
for
were just like throwing up gang side. I was like, dude, watch it. You could get us in trouble.
for life. It was something like for life. For life.
For life.
See, if I were cooler, I could do
For
that.
It's in my ass.
E. For. It's in your ass.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Today we are going to talk about Batman Forever, but before we do, this is Quest for the Worst. We are looking for the worst game ever made. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, dislike, whatever you want to do. Interact with us. And let us know in the comments what games you want to see us talk about on Quest for the Worst. Previously on Quest for the Worst, our worst game of all time is still The Simpsons Wrestling.
All
Nothing's
right. Simpsons
Nothing's stopped
Wrestling.
it. And then I think below that was Mortal Kombat on Game Boy, and then Bubsy 3D.
Where does Batman Forever rank? If you're watching this right now, put where you think it's gonna rank, but be honest. Okay, I don't want liars. I don't like liars.
Yeah, we're gonna see if you skip to the end of the episode and then come back. We're gonna see it. We'll know. We put spyware on your computer just by clicking on this episode.
Yeah, that's your fault. You're in it now, so you might as well stick to the end and see it through. But list put in the comments what you think it's gonna rank as, and then we'll see if you're right at the end.
Yeah, I don't even know where it's gonna go. Spencer, this was a Spencer pick. You didn't know what you were picking last episode, so I want to know, why are we playing Batman Forever?
Because I think it would be fun to talk. I love talking about those Batman movies because they're so maligned. Because so Batman Forever takes place after the Tim Burton movies. So Tim Burton did the first Batman, not the first Batman movie, but you know what I mean, like the first 80s good Batman movies. He did the first one, and then he did what I love, which was Batman Begins. Or Returns. Batman Returns, yeah. Batman Returns, which is my favorite version of the Penguin, Danny DeVito. Fan-fucking-tastic. Better than Colin Farrell's stupid version. And then it had Selena Kyle, Catwoman in it. Fantastic. And then Christopher Walken. Most people don't even remember that Christopher Walken is in that movie, and he gets electrocuted. It is phenomenal. Like, that movie is so good. But I think it got too dark for the studio executives' liking. So they took him out and put in Joel Schumacher, or took Tim Burton out and put in Joel Schumacher to make it. And then they switched everything. And they had Val Kilmer in there. And this one introduces Robin. And it changed the tone from like this dark story to a very cartoony, very comic book story.
Very whimsical.
And I think at the time it was probably a smart idea, but history does not smile upon these movies. But I love them. I think they're great.
Yeah, and it's funny to hear the term like a Batman movie was too dark. That's kind of It's very funny it's very funny to hear that, because that's like when you think of Batman now, that's like all you associate with the character, right?
Yeah.
It's like dark, brooding, like that's that style.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're playing Batman Forever for Super Nintendo. I'm Batman.
No, this is pre-Growly Batman.
I'm Batman.
This is pre-Growly Batman, but post-good Batman.
Batman. Yeah, I know, this is that weird era of Batman. Wow, we're back with Probe Entertainment. We had them for last one. Oh my god, I gotta turn this fucking volume down, dude. My stream volume's too loud. There we go. Forever! Dude, we're playing Forever.
So it's gonna feel like.
That's what the name is. Not Batman Forever. It's just Forever.
You're supposed to know because there's a bat logo, and you're supposed to connect the dots.
Yeah. But like, imagine if you didn't know who Batman was, and you started playing this game. You like loaded it up, like, this looks cool, and then you started it up, and then just forever.
Didn't know who Batman was. What have you been living in a bat cave? Okay.
Have you played? Have you? Oh wait, I like control method. Is that just? Do you swap them, or does it show you?
There's two control methods. I'm gonna go with one.
Dude, are you gonna play a medium? Are you gonna go on
easy?
Easy?
Let's set it to easy so we can make some progress.
Alright.
You big Batman guy?
I mean, I am a guy that likes Batman. I don't know what are you trying to insinuate by saying big?
Are you big fat Batman guy?
You a big fat ass Batman fan, huh?
Fat ass bitch.
Yeah, I do. You know, I do like Batman a lot. Obviously, I like comic books. You know, we did a whole month of comic stuff because of me. But I'll be honest. I think of all the Batman movies, I think Forever's the one I remember the least of.
Batman Forever?
Yeah, I think that's the one I remember the least, like, amount.
So Batman Forever was also Joel Schumacher, right?
Yeah, that was it the Riddler one?
Yes, Riddler and Two-Face.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't watched that movie since I was a kid, probably. So I couldn't tell you much about it anymore.
I actually just watched all four of the old Batmans recently. Probably like last year.
And 3 of them are good.
You know what? Controversial opinion. I like all of them.
Batman and Robin is fun, dude. That movie's bad, but that movie's like so bad it's good.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Man, this is very. So, I have played this before.
Oh, okay, cool.
This version specifically, I played it. I had a friend that had it on Super Nintendo, so I played with him. Hold on.
Hold on,
anyway,
Batman.
So I had a friend. Okay, let's make a rule. Anytime the hold on thing comes up, we have to hold on too.
Okay. To what?
Horses? To like our conversation and our horses and our conversation.
Where does hold your horses come from? What is that?
Yeah, how do you hold a horse? I mean, maybe it's from like horse racing. Maybe it's like hold them in the stable. Maybe it's like horse stables, like hold your horses in the stable.
Okay, yeah, like so they don't go out. And I did a little bit of playing beforehand just to make sure that the emulator works, so I know a couple of tricks.
So you cheated.
I may have cheated.
Oh, do you know how to get up there?
Yeah.
Oh, how did you know?
Because Again, I played a little bit before just to make sure it worked, and then I was like, well, I should probably know this so we don't just get stuck here for a while.
Yeah, but that was like up in a start or something, right?
Yeah, there's you can kind of, it's hard to see, but there's a hole in the ground here. If you see the light flashing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the hole, which is.
I know a lot of people got stuck there.
Oh, I would have. I got stuck when I was playing. I had to look it up. I said, what the hell? In fact, I'm a little bit.
So the last episode we did Mortal Kombat on Game Boy, which is Pro Entertainment, and then now we're doing this one. This is Pro Entertainment, and they clearly, again, I've played this. They clearly just copy and pasted what they did for the Mortal Kombat ports.
Okay.
Over this, and they were like, "Well, that's our control scheme."
Well, they have 2 control schemes, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying like the way the game plays is basically you're playing. Hold on. It's basically you're playing Mortal Kombat, but as like a brawler.
Yeah. I am surprised I never rented this as a kid because I liked Batman enough. Like I watched the animated series, and this is definitely like you'd see this at Blockbuster and be like, oh, cool. So I'm surprised I never rented it.
Maybe it was just too many. Well, there were so many licensed games back then. Maybe it just kind of flew under the radar for you,
That could be it.
Because there's just so much. I mean, I know you alone. I mean, I know you played like Tiny Toons and stuff, and like other, it's like there's so many kids games like that. Like they were just like licensed. Well, not even kids games. And I don't even think that's a really like. Okay, Batman Forever probably is a kids movie, but I'm just saying like. In terms of like licensed properties, they used to not only license like kids properties, but everything got licensed back then.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, you want to play the fucking Lethal Weapon game? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, want to play Home Improvement? You know, it's like everything got. Yeah, it's like everything got a fucking game, man.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, Batman Forever. This is you probably know some more about the history of this one, but this is like, I guess if Mortal Kombat was a Batman game and it wasn't a fighting game, it was a action platformer, or not even platformer, really, just side scroller action.
It's an action, beat 'em up type game. Yeah, this was developed by Probe, who we talked about last episode because we did Mortal Kombat on Game Boy. So this is 2 Probe games in a row, apparently. And yeah, it's pretty clear just from like playing this game and the just the way it controls and looks that they took what they did with the Mortal Kombat ports and decided to implement that same tech and like the same style into making a Batman game, which I don't think is inherently a bad idea, especially at the time. I mean, Mortal Kombat at the time was pretty impressive in terms of, you know, like visuals and, you know, its status in gaming culture. So I get why they took this approach, but I don't think time has smiled upon Probe Entertainment's style with this title.
Yeah. I will say up front that I didn't hate this game per se. I'd read that it was not that it was like considered really bad. I don't know that I would put it as like a worst kind of game. It's been on some lists. I know that. That's why I picked it. But I wouldn't say so. I don't know. What are your...
Where'd you put it, though? Where'd you put it? Like, I would still say it's bad. What do you...
I guess I would say it's just not great.
Like, what would you... Like, okay, so if the scale is 1 to 10... Of course, we're looking for ones. That's the point of the show. We want ones. Yeah. But what's the number score then for you?
I would put it honestly somewhere in like the 3 to 4 category.
Okay. Little
and my
4 is a little too high for me, I think.
I think it might be, but to me, remember that I think our scale is more realistic, because like if you look at like a normal scale right now, anything that's like 7 is garbage.
Yeah.
Anything that they're trying to sell you, they're always trying to sell you stuff. So their rankings are always like too higher than they should be. 5 is really what most games should be at. And that's like average. And so anything below that is bad. But right now, like on most people's scales, like a 7 is a mediocre game.
Yeah. It's such a weird grading scale anyway. Yeah. And then this is off subject, but I love those reviews when it's like the reviewer is like, it's like an IGN review or something, and they're doing like their wrap up, and and it's like Batman Forever has impressive visuals, fun gameplay, and an atmosphere unlike any other. But sadly, there's no Riddler. 3 out of 5. Yeah. And it's like, what the fuck? What kind of balancing act was that? What are you talking about?
Yeah, they're always like an Oreo. There's like a lot. There's good on the outside, and then like a little critical cream on the inside.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like they'll spout out things it does well, but it's like, but the game has slow down.
A little bit of slow
and then it just tanks the score. It's like, whoa, okay.
You know what? Graphically, like it looks it reminds me of Donkey Kong, or I guess Mortal Kombat, I should also say. But yeah, it's got like a sort of a 3D look. It's not terrible.
Yeah.
To discover the treasures revealing their jewels, open their locks with your world of tools. Okay.
Jewels.
Is Riddler?
I don't vape.
Is Riddler the best Batman villain?
Define best.
Goodest.
Mate? No. not even close. Probably.
Who's the goodest?
The goodest Bat.
The goodest Bat.
Who's the? Hold on. I don't know. Probably Bane. And not even like movie Bane, just like actual Bane. I mean, movie Bane's good too.
Like Hugo, whatever.
Yeah. Because Bane's like Bane actually in the comics, Bane knows who Batman is. Like he figured out who Batman was, which nobody else did. You know, no other villain. What happened?
I hit the R2 button, which apparently is something else. All right. I like Two-Face personally.
Oh, story-wise, Two-Face has the most going on, I think.
Mm-hmm. But I also like. Do you remember the animated series? There was the guy, the dummy and the ventriloquist.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites too. They could do a real cool like psychological story with that guy.
Yeah, there's a lot of characters from the animated series they don't even use. Or a lot of characters that are also from the comic. Like I don't think he's from the comics. I don't remember. There's a lot of obscure Batman villains out there, dude. But like they even use some
dumb dance.
They even use some from the comics that they don't use that often, like Clayface. I like Clayface. He's cool.
Oh yeah.
They don't do anything with him. Like guy can literally turn into anything, and you're like, you can't make a story with that. Can't make a movie with that.
That is kind of dumb, though, isn't it? Like, I don't think that's a real Batman like villain.
What, to turn into anything?
Yeah. Like I think Batman exceeds.
Define a Batman villain.
I think Batman exceeds when there's like a psychological or like a real life kind of problem that they represent. I don't think Clayface represents anything cool.
Hey, look, Batman, I'm your dead dad.
What is that? Was that Batman's a villain in Batman? Was his dad that came back from the dead?
Yeah.
I didn't miss that one.
Dead. I'm just saying, yeah. There's some psychological stuff you could do with Clayface.
Like what? Oh, like you're saying he turns into.
Yeah, like he looks like Batman's dad. What can't remember his fucking name? What is Batman's dad's name? Something Wayne.
Damon Wayne.
Lawrence Wayne. Like Lawrence.
How do I do this? What do I do here?
What is that? Are you just stuck in a little room? A little bat room? Wow.
I don't know what to do.
So there were some issues, I think, with doing this episode for this game. Mainly the fact that, and we talked about it during the gameplay, that I think this was clearly a rental game. Which, for people that don't know what that means, is that back in the day, whenever they would do a lot of these license games for like NES, Genesis, Super Nintendo, they would make them either too hard or just like not beatable. You wouldn't be able to beat them easily. And the idea is that most kids, especially here in the US, I think in Japan the like rental market was way different. I don't think you could rent games for a long time. But here at least, where the rental market was huge. So a lot of these games would make it impossible to beat. That way you kept renting it. You know, your favorite thing's Batman. You want to put the Batman game. Your parents don't want to, dish over the $50 or whatever it was to buy Batman Forever. So you just keep renting it. And that's where a lot of their profits would come from. So this was in that market. And you can tell.
Definitely. What we found was that there wasn't like a password system or a continue system. You had 5 lives, I think, or I guess 6, counting the 0. And that was it. Like that, like wherever you died, that's the end of the game. Now, if you look at the cover, it says 80 levels. I'm wondering now, like, because that seems impossible. But I'm wondering now if that means that each of those like scenes count as levels.
The screens. You think when it loads?
Maybe that counts as a level, so maybe it's not as crazy as I was thinking. But if that's how they did it, we got to what I assumed was the second level. It was a bank. But yeah, like what you're saying is true. Is that you could see a kid who likes Batman renting this game, and trying to force their way through it because they like Batman so much. But the game itself is kind of predatory in that aspect, because it is just hard and a slog for the sake of being it, so that they can just rent it.
So I'm looking at the development. So yeah, I was correct. It used the Mortal Kombat 2 engine. And it says on the wiki page for the development, it says Acclaimed used motion capture technology to animate the digitized sprites like they did with Mortal Kombat. Warner Bros. Acquired Acclaim's motion capture technology for the film before they used it for the game.
Oh.
So, weird. So apparently they used the Mortal Kombat motion capture technology for the film, too? I didn't know that. That's bizarre.
I'm trying to think of where they would have used it.
I don't know.
Is
there anything that would need motion capture?
I don't remember. Or as I recall, I mean, obviously it's live action, but I don't recall a lot of CGI looking scenes. But who knows? I'd have to watch the movie again. Now I'll look at the movie again through new eyes.
I think your assessment here isn't that far off from what critics thought at the time. There's only a few reviews on the page here, but the Genesis and Game Gear version from All Game got 2 stars and 2.5 stars out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
Computer Game Review did the PC version, got a 70.
PC version? There's a PC.
Yeah,
version?
I got it. Yeah, it's DOS. It was a DOS version.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, EGM gave the Game Gear version 6.25, and this one's interesting. Hobby Consolas, I never even heard of it. It's a Spanish magazine. Gave the Genesis version an 83 and the SNES version a 90. It's got a 90.
I thought you say 8 tacos out of 10.
Yeah, they gave him 8 tacos, and the SNES version got 7 tamales.
Ooh, that was a hot tamale.
So, like, I mean, there weren't that many reviews, but it seems like at the time they weren't that, it wasn't seen as being like the worst game ever, which I think this game has sort of, is like notorious now thanks to the internet,
Yeah. I think what it is part of it is probably history looking at the movie as being what it is. And so now the joke is, oh, there's a Batman Forever game. That's probably shit. And we kind of want it to be shit because it makes it more funny. And I'm not going to say this game is great, but I think it does kind of compare to a lot of the games of that ilk in that era. So I don't necessarily think it's overly bad. It's just like, if that's your criticism for this, it's kind of your criticism for that kind of game in that era, which is valid, but I don't think it makes it stand out as bad.
It probably doesn't help where they use the Mortal Kombat controls for...
That is a misstep.
Yeah, because I have played this, and I don't remember it being the worst game ever, but I remember it being awkward. I remember being like, whenever I was playing with my friend, I remember we were playing co-op, and he was like, oh, to get up there, you have to push the up and like select or something. And I was like, oh, what? And it's like, that's such like an unintuitive thing that I wouldn't have thought of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like, I think that's part of it too, is maybe just the control setup and the way it feels to play.
Select is a weird button to implement into gameplay. Like, it's very standard that you would have select and start be more of your menu buttons, because it doesn't really... You would have to move... For select, let's see, you're moving your left thumb from the controls pad over to...
And you have to still push up.
Right. So I guess you'd have to use your right thumb.
Yeah, you have to reach over.
With your right thumb, which is, very, very unintuitive.
But also, like... It's unintuitive to us, but also I think you have to think about the time period. What year did this come out? This year came out. It's in '95, so that's pretty far. I mean, PlayStation came out that year, but and stuff. But still, it's like you think of I think of a lot of NES games. I think still used like select for actions, like to swap things out or whatever it was. But that was due to like just the limitations of like the amount of buttons you had.
I think they could have gotten rid of one of the punch kick combo, whatever, and used that for like utility.
Yeah, like a gadget button.
Mm-hmm. I think it would have been better, but they clearly just grabbed it straight from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. So, fun fact about Batman Forever is that this isn't the only Batman Forever video game. There was actually a arcade game that did not play like that. That did not play like this at all.
Oh, okay. Cool. That's a good thing.
Yeah, yeah. And the only port I believe it was called Batman Forever, the arcade game. And let me look at the page here. The only port it got was okay, yeah, it had a PlayStation and a Sega Saturn port. But yeah, it was like a much better game. It's like actually a good game. But then this got made for everything else. So like Super Nintendo, Genesis, Game Gear, Game Boy, DOS, and R-Zone! The R-Zone, Spencer!
What's R-Zone?
The Tiger R-Zone. The Tiger R...
Despite me not knowing what that is, that's my favorite console.
The Tiger R-Zone is... Okay, you know those shitty Tiger LCD games?
Oh, yeah.
It's one of those, but it's a little head strap you wear in your head, and then it has a little monocle thing that goes over one of your eyes, and then it projects the game onto that.
Okay.
So it's like not virtual reality at all. It's like a screen close to one of your eyes that looks like it has a LCD Batman on it. That's the R-Zone. So you could play it in worse ways than this.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting that there's a worse version.
Way worse. I mean, I'm sure the Game Gear and the Game Boy are worse too. Dude, you had some health.
Yeah. I need to buy.
I forget. Doesn't it show their names when you're beating them up?
Yeah, one of them's called like a lunatic.
No.
one of them's called a lunatic, and one of them's called like oddball, paranoid.
Yeah,
it's just like their particular mental
ailment.
Ailment, yeah.
Yeah. Freak. I like it's Batman calling them these.
Yeah. You paranoid guy.
Freak.
Batman, like, you know how like all the villains have like stupid names? I wonder if Batman's the one that gave them those names. That'd be so funny. He's like, what's this guy's Harvey Dent's coming after us. He's like, no, he's Two-Face. Like,
yeah.
Are you sure,
Stop right there, Penguin. My name's Jeff.
Yeah, my name's Jeff. He's like, no, you're Penguin Boy.
You look like a little penguin man.
Commissioner Gordon's like, okay, and he puts in this document, Penguin, okay. That's not. He's like, they're in court. They're in court, like, because Penguin raped a girl or something, whatever Penguin's problem was, and he's just like, all right, Mr. Jeff, and then Batman's just shaking his head. He's like, okay, Penguin, I'm gonna attack this girl.
Who? Penguin. Where's Penguin?
Penguin, right there. Look at him. Look at his claws. Look at his little penguin claws.
Like, oh, yeah. Look at that little freak, little penguin-looking freak. Creep. Was that guy's name? Claw something? Claw Hammer? That's Claw Hammer.
Claw Hammer. Oh, is that? Oh, this guy.
Claw.
This is like green smelling guy.
Claw Hammer is
like
just
pounding me in the corner. Don't threaten me with a good time, am I right?
Oh. I'm gonna refrain from making any Batman and Robin gay jokes today.
Holy
now.
Fuck my ass, Batman.
No, starting now.
Oh, okay.
You beat the level.
Too?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's been overdone.
True.
There's too many Batman and Robin gay jokes. And pedophile jokes. Too many.
Too many or not enough, you know?
Don't do it. Oh, and optional. What is your... Is that a gun?
Yeah, one of them's a radar detector that sees if there are people behind walls, and the other is a shotgun that you can use to blow off people's heads.
That's the Ben Affleck Batman right there.
Oh, I want to see that new Batman where it's just like Robin's like collecting all these different tools, and Batman's just got like a machete. I know what I'm doing.
We have to call the world's greatest. We have to call the world's greatest detective. He just blows down the door.
He finally caught the Joker. He cornered him, and we figured out why he's the way he is. This is why. Well, we were about to, but Batman cut his fucking head off.
Batman, don't you want to know how to disarm the bomb?
Blood just
What have you done, Batman?
green blood is just spurting everywhere. Batman, no! You need me, Batman. You cut me in half.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Looking for savings. Check all around. Raise up your interest and tell what you found.
What? What?
I'm just gonna kill Buzzsaw. How about that?
Are you looking for savings, Batman? Go to the local Kmart.
Yeah,
They have a good sale on jeans today.
I bet you in the comics there were commercials for shit, right? Like, where are the commercials? Things that Batman can sell now.
What do you mean, like Batman's like stuff to sell you, or like?
Yeah, like can he sell? Has he ever sold?
Oh my God! Did he just chainsaw your dick?
I think he did.
Oh, holy shit!
And his name was Charlie. I just killed a guy named Buzzsaw, so I've killed two people: Buzzsaw and Charlie.
Jackie, okay, this is getting more too personal. I don't need to know their names.
You're right. It's weird when I use my machete to cut people's heads off if I know what their name is.
Hunter.
See, Hunter, that's like a name that can be both.
Yeah, that could be an actual name, and that could be like a villain name.
Yeah. Hunter the Fighter, what his name would be.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm Hunter the Hunter.
Yeah. Hunter the Finder. Hunter the Gatherer.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're stuck in the...
My name's Hunter because I gather things. Intel, Batman.
What if you like go up somewhere?
Yeah, maybe I can go.
Oh! Dude, you found it! How?
I'm the world's greatest detective.
Visually, I think it looked fine. I like this. The sprites were actually kind of nice.
Yeah.
Some of the areas they didn't seem intuitive in terms of navigation, like where you're supposed to go, or there was a room where you were just in like a little box, and I couldn't tell where the hell you needed to go from there.
Yeah.
For a second, it was like that's a problem, and like I think there's too many things in the foreground at points.
It kind of suffers from like playing a Final Fantasy game in like modern times, because like their pre-rendered backgrounds, they look beautiful and I love them, but there are times where you're walking around those and you have no fucking idea where you're supposed to go.
Yeah, you're like, wait, that was a ladder?
Yeah, exactly. We're probably thinking of similar moments in Final Fantasy VII, but yeah.
Yeah. It's in the reactor. Yeah. You're like, wait a second, that's a fucking. I can climb that. Yeah. But I don't think the character sprites look bad. The backgrounds looked pretty nice. I know there was one you're like by the water that I thought looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
The music was probably not great. I don't think music was that good. Not bad though. Not the worst I've ever heard.
Yeah, I've heard worse. I mean, we just played Mortal Kombat on the Game Boy, so I'm not gonna fault this one for music.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. I like Mortal Kombat on the Game Boy. Dude, that soundtrack is so bad for that one. When I was editing that episode, I couldn't even find. Like, I was like, usually I'll put music in the background, while we talk. I couldn't even find the OST for the Game Boy version.
Ooh.
I had to just pull the Genesis soundtrack out for us.
Yeah, this wasn't so bad. The only thing I will say graphically that I didn't like was that it it kind of verged on too bright. The characters were very bright sometimes, whereas they contrasted with the background. So I think they didn't really fit necessarily. But I guess I appreciate that they made him stand out because the game is the fighting is a little rough. But
yeah.
How did it play co-op? You said you played it co-op with your friend?
I don't remember it being that bad, like co-op. I think he even liked the game. I think he knew the game was kind of stupid, but liked it, because it was kind of stupid. But I remember having like some fun, playing co-op. Any game like this is going to benefit from that anyway.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
like it's gonna I think a game like this, if it's a 3 by yourself, it's easily like a 5.
Yeah.
Playing with somebody else.
100%.
Because that's just the fun of like that interactivity with like another person, and you kind of make your own fun.
yeah. At least the game can suck, but at least you can at least talk and laugh about it with your friend. So instant 2-point bonus.
I don't know. I don't have much else to say about this one. I do think this isn't the last time we're going to see a comic book game on this show for sure.
I'm sure everyone is expecting a Superman review.
No, there's a lot of different comic book games. I mean, there's even Batman games we can cover too. There's some bad Batman games out there. There's some Superman, Aquaman.
There's an Aquaman game?
Oh, dude, Aquaman for the GameCube. I forget what it's called. I think it's Battle for Atlantis or something. On the GameCube is one of the worst reviewed games ever.
Ooh, we should do that.
It's an Aquaman.
Is there an Aquaman movie? Maybe we can tie it in with an Aquaman movie.
I don't know. Are they even doing movies anymore? What's going on over there?
I don't know. DC is in a weird spot. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was weird because they had They've had like 3 different Batmans, right, or something like that.
Yeah, they've tried to be the MCU like twice now, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we're not good at that. We can't do it."
It was weird. Like Ben Affleck was Batman for like I feel like I blinked and I missed him, and I didn't even watch any of those movies. But it's like Ben Affleck.
Yeah, he was in like 2. Batman. He was in like 2 movies technically.
Is Robert Pattinson's Batman? Is it in the same universe as like Wonder Woman and shit?
No, it's its own thing. I think it's its own thing. Like the Joker, like the first Joker was, and then they fucking fucked that up. I had to go and screw that all up. So
interesting. Okay. Well.
Yeah, dude. This is off subject, but I would love because did you ever watch the Justice League movie?
I tried. I fell asleep.
That one, okay, so the main one was directed by Joss Whedon, and I would love to go back and watch the long extended cut by the other guy. What's his name?
Snyder
the guy that Snyder. Yes, I would love to sit down with you and watch the 4-hour Snyder cut.
If I have to hear one more dude, bro, talk about releasing the Snyder cut, I'm gonna freaking.
It's out. It's. You don't talk about it anymore. It's.
Well, no, but I mean, just like talking about that and like say, you know what the good one is? It's the 4-hour one, and it's like, oh,
it's not good. But I would love to sit down and watch the Snyder cut with you because it is not. It's like it's still a bad movie, but it's just 4 hours padded out of a bad movie.
Isn't the enemy of that like Steppenwolf?
Yeah,
somebody nobody's ever heard of, except I know it's the name of a good band.
Yeah. Snyder was far past his prime at that point, man. He like made 2 good movies, and then they were like, "Okay, you're the comic book guy," and he was like, "I don't know how to." 300 and Watchmen.
Oh, okay.
Those are good movies. Those are like legitimately great movies. Yeah.
Yeah, like those movies are like.
Oh well, yeah, and he did Sin City too, right? So maybe 3.
Wasn't that?
3.
Oh, he directed it, and it was like Frank Miller was the art, like the guy that made the comic.
Yeah. I think Snyder did Sin City, the movie.
Sin City was good.
Hey everybody, editor note Alex here. I wanted to remark that I'm a fucking idiot, and Sin City was directed by Robert Rodriguez, not Zack Snyder. I don't know why I continuously get this wrong. I just rewatched Sin City with my buddy Teddy, and I realized how wrong I was. Luckily, I caught it before this episode came out. so I don't look like an idiot on the internet because we all know what happened then. So Sin City was not Zack Snyder; it was Robert Rodriguez. I need to shut up. So he used to be able to do good comic book movies. So then,
well, he does good comic book movies that aren't like Batman.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like the Watchmen is still like probably one of my favorite movies. It's so good.
Yeah, how funny.
I still quote that fucking the Rorschach scene in the prison.
You're locked in here with me.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
That's what I say to my girlfriend every night.
You locked the door. Yeah. That's true.
Dude, okay.
Maybe think sorry, go ahead.
Being good at Mortal Kombat help me with this?
Maybe. I mean, the combat's kind of the same, right? So.
Kinda, yeah. Oh shit! He just shot his.
Oh, whoa! Whoa!
It's okay. I know I haven't. Batman.
I know I haven't seen the movie in a while, but I don't remember that. Like, man, they could shoot a chainsaw.
Dude, I have to start over. Was there like a password that I missed?
Oh, let's find it. Oh no! Oh no! Wait, there's no continue?
I guess not. Oh, it's like a one and done kind of thing.
Oh no!
I had that set to easy too. Holy shit! And I can't change.
Oh wait, you can't play as Robin?
It won't. I can't see a thing to play as Robin.
Oh, just select hero. The only hero we have is Batman.
That's true, and that's what real life is like.
I just love the idea of a character select screen for a game with one character.
Yeah. Maybe you have to earn Robin.
Yeah. Which, you know, we all want. We don't want to play as Robin.
There has never been a good... And maybe in the comics there has been, so I'm sure somebody will correct me when the comics are gay. But, like, there's never been a good iteration of Robin. I'm sorry.
Robin's only cool when he's not Robin.
Oh yeah?
Robin's only cool when he's like Nightwing or Red Hood, like those variations. When he's like left Batman, that's when Robin's cool. When he's with Batman, because like you can't have Robin upstage Batman. You know what I mean? So he's just
why not?
Does fuck all because it's fucking Robin.
Well, maybe they could make some more money if they make Robin cool.
They did. It's called Nightwing.
We'll make
Robin. You played that Gotham game, right? Right. You played the Gotham Knights game, right?
A little bit, but I played as the chick. She had a good, she had good form.
Oh, was it Batgirl? Yeah. Was it what's her name? Oracle? Not Oracle. Yeah, you know what I mean. Before she's Oracle.
I'm not.
It's Gordon. It's Commissioner Gordon's daughter.
Yeah, her name is
Girl.
Penelope Gordon.
I just like making up names. Yeah. So some comic book fans get real mad at us right now. In the comics, after Bruce Wayne gets bit by that bat.
Yeah. I was telling my story to my friends, and they told me I was retarded, but I'll tell it anyway. When I was this is after high school, which is maybe more embarrassing. It was after high school. I was helping my girlfriend at the time get like a shot for her dog. Like she had to get him like a shot, but the girls couldn't get the cap off off the needle. So I helped them get the cap off, and it was pretty hard, and I yanked it. And as I did it, the needle pricked my finger. And it hurt like a bitch, too. It was like... But for the rest of the night, legitimately for the rest of the night, and this was before phones were more... Like, the internet was more normal on phones. For, like, the rest of the night, I was wondering if I was going to become a dog.
Dog Man?
Yeah, I was like, is this the beginning of Dog Man?
What an awesome origin story for a comic book.
I was like, this might be the origin story. Like if I grow hair like on my face and stuff right now, this is gonna be real bad. But I'm gonna know where it came from.
Do you ever find yourself doing like dog habits, like having little dog traits,
Yeah. And
Like
I was legitimately terrified for a while.
Like a car goes down the road and you like stand up straight and your ears
My ears perk up,
wrap up. Yep. Your girlfriend's like, "Hey, I think I'm gonna go for a walk," and you just get really excited for some reason. Can you not go down? Oh, well.
You have to like block, like hold R and then press down. And you have to do it in the right order.
Yeah, I remember the combinations for being simple for this game.
I saved that health up there, being strategic.
The fact that you can't continue, this game's already pretty bad, but the fact that you can't continue at all that's horrible. that's downright mean.
Well, maybe they realized that they didn't have a game here, so it's like, well, like kind of like an NES game. They're just like, well, let's just.
It's a rental.
Annoyingly hard to beat.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a rental game. It's like it's the game you got at Blockbuster, and I played for a weekend.
See,
I wish we could see some more Batman stuff, you know? We haven't seen any Batman stuff except for Batman.
Yeah, just the titular just the tit-head Batman.
Just the tit-head Batman.
I mean, like titular, I'm such a child. That's all I think of. Like, you mean tit? Like you're saying tit?
Like in fucking the arcade game, I believe like you have like a Batmobile stage and stuff, and like there's there's like Batman iconography. Like we haven't seen anything Batman, really, except for Batman.
Like, do you think these guys are supposed to be? I guess these are just Arkham inmates, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Again, I remember nothing about that movie. So I don't know if we were following the plot.
I don't think this really follows the plot. I don't think it start. Oh, but I think it did have. I think it did have him breaking out at the beginning from Arkham. Two-Face.
Oh, I thought you meant Batman.
Batman, yeah, Batman was in Arkham. That would be. See, there we go. I'm sure there is that, like a comic where he's in Arkham. Like what?
I'm a bat.
Well, that you know what's funny? That's how this movie ends. Did you know that?
With Batman becoming a bat?
I just went to the previous level. It's so stupid. No. So Riddler gets sent to Arkham.
Spoilers!
Spoiler alert! Yeah, the Riddler, Jim Carrey, gets sent to Arkham. And at the end, they say, like, I know who Batman is. And then the hot chick is like, who? Because they want to make sure that he doesn't know that he's not going to say it's Bruce Wayne, even though he knows it's Bruce Wayne. Because throughout the movie, he was like reading his mind. But by this point, the Riddler was insane, and the Riddler said me, and then he flapped his arms like a bat.
Then he became Paul Dano.
Did he?
In the new Batman, the Batman. I say new, but it's been a few years now, isn't it?
Is that the actor's name, Paul Dano?
Yeah. The guy that played the Riddler in that one. It's Paul Dano.
All right, pretty good. He was more.
Yeah,
like
it was
what do you call, like, an incel? That's kind of what he was.
Yeah, it was incel Riddler.
It was, right. That's kind of clearly what they were.
Yeah, that was 4chan Riddler.
Yeah, 4chan. Yeah. So, I have 1,000 penises, Batman.
That movie is like I think I've watched that movie twice, The Batman, and I still have like no feelings of it. Like it's not a bad movie, you know what I mean? But like it's just such like a nothing burger to me. It was just like when the most memorable thing about the movie was them using that fucking Nirvana song. Like, you know what I mean? It's like something in the way.
Underneath the bridge.
Yeah.
Batman's got a cape.
Batman's got a dick.
Fucking Robin in the ass. And he's
That's one of Kurt Cobain's weirder songs, isn't it?
This
did he write this for a movie? Did he write this, or did he just write this? What?
This was Shotgun in Mouth written.
Yeah, Courtney Love was holding the shotgun for him, and he was writing the song.
Write it. Batman drives his car. Gonna stop the Joker. And that's why he killed himself. He didn't want to write songs about Batman.
Who's the? Yeah, there was like, this is the only feature I have. Writing Batman music.
And he said, "Batman, good news, Kurt. Batman and Robin is coming out." He said, "Oh no."
All right, are you ready to rank this?
Yeah, let's
ready to do it. It's going. I'm 4.
4?
It's going on 4. Yeah, it's just this is the least bad game we've played.
Okay.
Easily.
Batman Forever.
What did you rank it? Did you rank it 4?
4. Yeah, this is.
You agree?
Yeah, this is not. I would even argue it shouldn't be considered a bad game. I would argue, because I know that seems to be what the internet's consensus is. I think that's a lot of BS. I think that's a lot of people not playing it and just listening to other people talk. This is like not a good game, but not a bad game. It's just a game that came out.
It's a meh.
Yeah,
it's a meh.
Meh.
Meh, which is sometimes more offensive to me when a game's just meh, because it's nothing like when it's not absurdly terrible. It's nothing to talk about, you know.
Yeah. I was expecting a dumpster fire, and it just wasn't really.
The dumpster wasn't on fire, dude.
Mm-hmm. So our worst game is still The Simpsons Wrestling. It will not be dethroned.
Yeah. Shit, I don't have the. Hold on. I don't have the list up.
I got it. You want the order?
No, not that list. The other list.
What's coming up next?
Yeah. Let me pull that up. You can do your thing for a second.
Okay, so yeah, we have number 1 is Simpsons Wrestling. Number 2 is Mortal Kombat for the Game Boy. Number 3 is Bubsy 3D, and number 4, the best game in the worst game ever list is Batman Forever for the Super Nintendo. And as a thing, I would also recommend that you watch the movies again and just try to be more positive in thinking about it. It is not dark. So if your requirement is Batman is dark, then yeah, you won't like it. But if you remove that requirement and just watch it, I think you're actually going to have a good time.
Dude, I'm trying to find the fucking list. I think isn't it?
When you sent it to me yesterday, is it in one of those?
I know, on my phone. My phone's in the other. Okay, wait, hold on. I found it. My phone's in the other room. So I had to scroll through it till I found it. Okay. I have it up now. All right, so we did the Simpsons Wrestling. Ooh, there's some bad. That Aquaman game's on here, by the way. I put it on this list. But that's not what we're playing next time. Next time we are playing. I don't even know where some of these are. Like, what console some of these are for? Just reading some of the names. All right, next episode we are going to play an all-time classic, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde for the NES.
Woo! Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get to a boss fight today. That sucks.
I know, we don't have enough time. That reminds me of like one of my favorite shots from a M. Night Shyamalan movie, which was fucking terrible. Was The Visit? Have you seen The Visit before?
No.
It's the scary grandparents movie, where it's like a found footage. Well, not like found footage, but it's like one of the kids is like recording their stay with the grandparents, but the grandparents are like acting weird. And one of my favorite shots, it's like it's supposed to be like scary and like suspenseful, but it's just so fucking funny to me. is the kid that's recording, like the young boy. He's like going to find his grandpa, and his grandpa's out in the shed. And again, this is like shaky cam found footage style. It shows him like turn the corner to go into the shed, and the grandpa has the tip of a shotgun in his mouth, and then he like realizes the kid's in there, so he takes it out and he's like acts like he was shining it, and that's. I don't know why. That's just one of the funniest fucking shots. Because again, I think M. Night Shyamalan was like, "Oh man, that's gonna be a great shot. They're gonna be worried after that." And I'm just like, you're telling me that this kid walks in on his grandpa with his fucking shotgun in his mouth, and he's just like, "Oh no, I was shining it. I was shining it. It's fine." It's not about to blow his fucking brains out of his fucking shed. Just plays it off like he caught him masturbating. It's such a funny scene. It's such a good scene. I hate that movie. It's such a good scene.
God, M. Night Shyamalan movies are such like a hit and miss kind of thing, huh?
Oh, dude, there's no like. When it comes to M. Night Shyamalan, there's no okay movie. There's not one that's like, yeah, it's fine. No, yeah. It's either like, this is fucking great, or like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen.
But you know what's crazy? Some of them don't even age that well. Like, I remember Signs used to be like, legitimately good. And then like, I watched it like a little bit ago, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah, Signs is stupid. Signs is really stupid.
Because there was that scene where like the alien was in a crowd, like walking around. Yeah. And, like that was really cool at the time. What? Whatever. That was really cool at the time. And then like, but everything around it is like, oh yeah, like you can like now when you watch it a second time, you're like, do you know that they're allergic to water?
And wood.
And getting hit in the head with a bat.
It's like, so let's have them come to a planet covered in water and wood.
Yeah.
Perfect. Also love that shot where they all had to have the tinfoil on their heads.
Yeah.
Good shot.
Famous.
Good shot.
Am I supposed to jump across this?
I don't know. Where did you go last time?
I died around here, so I don't have. Oh shit!
Oh, you can bat float. How'd you do that? Do you think Batman just called
up while you're jumping?
Ooh.
Ah.
Perfect. You did it.
Nailed it.
Do you think Batman just puts bat in front of everything he does? Like, hey, gotta do the bat float.
Yeah, 100%.
Gotta pay my bat taxes.
Bat skills are martial prowess and branding.
Oh, here we go.
That didn't work.
Damn it, Spencer! You didn't do it.
Damn it, Batman!
We gotta stop referencing Hank Hill.
Oh, okay. That's the only.
It's like the third episode we referenced Hank Hill.
The only impression I know how to do. So.
It's gonna be like every Quest for the Worst episode is gonna have a Hank Hill reference. God damn it, dude!
Well, it doesn't help. The jump is up. Maybe the other. Maybe the other.
Yeah. Because it's fucking Mortal Kombat, so of course jump is up.
I think the other control scheme has a jump button.
Maybe it has a fart button,
dude. Yeah!
Dude, you glided across that, whatever that was.
You know, honestly, this game is.
Dude, that's a samurai. That's a samurai.
Yeah, that looked suspiciously not like a samurai.
Dude, it's Shogun. What's up with these names? What's going on? Did you just go to Japan?
Yeah, I think we entered the Japan section of this bank.
The guy make Yakuza? Yeah, the guy making the game was like, all right, I gotta start. I'm out of names. I already used Charlie. Can't use that again.
If you should wait, what? If you should finger a quad of these. Wait, am I reading this right?
If you should finger. I just like shit taking that out of context. If you should finger.
If you should finger me, Batman. If you should finger a quad of these prints, a prize will be yours to make criminals wince.
I'll show you where to put your finger, Batman.
Pointing to his ass.
Your bat finger. I got a riddle for you.
Riddle me this, Batman. Whose asshole was last so puckered? I don't know what to do.
The penguin's wrong, Batman.
No, you know.
You know.
A Catwoman, maybe? No, that would be too easy, Batman. We're gonna make this hard.
What do you do?
Maybe I'm supposed to finger something in here and I didn't notice.
Did it go down?
Nope.
Oh no, is this back where you were? Oh no.
Well, now's as good a time as any to end this, right?
Yeah, fuck this game. Yeah.